We talk a lot about, an operator turning a knob. And he knows that if I turn this knob, this is going to happen. That knob will make this happen. But if it doesn't happen, we want him to be able to start to think, okay, what was that knob doing to get to that end result? So that he has an ability to troubleshoot. We're hoping that this curriculum will get these guys into a fairly in-depth understanding of everything that's going on in the process industry.
We produce advanced biofuels and bio-based chemicals. We're feedstock agnostic, so we are not using anything inside the food chain. So what we do use are ag residues, woody biomass, feedstocks. We have dedicated sustainable energy crops. They're already here, and that's a key element to the location for ZeaChem. Key to ZeaChem's success and where we're headed and why we are focused the way we are is we have a 40% yield advantage versus corn ethanol. So once we go from ethanol, we're going to take it and go into ethylene sales, and then from there we're going to take and go into jet fuel sales. A lot of that, this AFRI grant also is directed towards that. So that jet fuel end finished product is also key to us as well. Looking at the green boxes, you'll see we're in the C2 stages here. We're actually going to do acetic acid, ethyl acetate, and ethanol, ethylene, and there's a whole number of products that we can produce off of our platform. When we're at this point, we're basically we have the same performance as petroleum-based products. So once we're at this level where ZeaChem is and to the ethanol process, we can produce basically everything that the gasoline or fossil fuels can do. But we're using ag residue and woody biomass products. Our feedstock strategy, just to give you an idea, and part of the logistics of why we are here is the location and the logistics. Greenwood is within 10 miles. We encompass all the wood and ag residue that we possibly need to run this plant. Our cost per ton, because of the location and the flexibilities there, is wonderful. Very minimal storage for us for what we have to do. Basically everything's stored on the stump. And the feedstock flexibility, whether it be switchgrass, wheat straw, sorghum, various other products, but there's lots of it. Corn stover, it's all around us. The harvester that is here has already been, it's much like a corn harvester, but it's designed strictly to cut trees and harvest them and chip them according to our needs. And then there's 28,000 planted acres within a 10-mile radius right here. We have secured the USDA loan guarantee. We want to be in commercial operation by 2014. So to fit a curriculum for people to come in for jobs, I hope you can do it quick.
They certainly need to know what a safety valve is and the different types of safety valves that are available. And I feel that these operators need to understand when we talk about a load cell, we talk about a pH meter, we talk about a pressure transmitter, we talk about a TI or a temperature indicator, temperature probe. These are all things that he needs to have an understanding of what those sensors are doing for him. But he needs to understand how these centrifugal pumps operate and what, obviously a centrifugal pump is known for cavitation, it's known for losing suction, and how you deal with a centrifugal pump and how you keep the thing functioning is very basic knowledge for a good operator. You have to maintain the chemistry of the cooling tower. You got to make sure the pH is right, and you need to know that you're not putting hardness into your boiler. And this is pretty basic to an operating of a boiler system. This is the center of our operation. This is where everything is controlled. It is a digital control system, which is a computer-based program that can read all of the sensors in the plant and manipulate all of the control valves, start pumps, and it can do everything that the operator has to do to maintain the process. And I would say that all of these operators need to have an understanding of basically what all of these process sensors are and what what they're actually reading. Certainly the operator needs to know the power of a digital control system. And the operators will have to understand what they're doing. They will probably be coming in here, getting the vials of organisms and taking them out and growing them up to what's required to inoculate a main fermenter. You inject it in, you get the dancer out. You probably need to have a little bit of understanding of exactly what the instrument is doing and how it works. You know, the basic understanding of a high performance liquid chromatograph and gas chromatography. And again, it's like what we're doing in the control room. There is a very clear understanding of the capability of the tools you have at hand. You know, that's a design problem of getting them to talk to each other and to actually override in the proper form. So again, this is the operator would need to understand you know, the kind of the difference between a digital control system and its capabilities and the PLC, or programmable logic controller. But he would still need to know how a programmable logic controller works. Biofuels industry, we have a lot of filtration to do, and we have right here we have 4 different types of the various filters that are available now. Like, the key thing for the operation of this is to know when it's being overextended and when the cleaning process has to go. You would want to have some kind of a class on how filters and how you on what filters are, what they do, what the different capabilities are.
Plant operators should know how the plant's equipment works and what function it is serving so they can be effective at troubleshooting and problem solving. Plant operators must understand all variables and processes at work in the plant to provide the first attempt to address each challenge. Plant operators must have practical and solid skills so they do not walk in fear. Plant operators need to think on their feet and know how to use their noggin. The most effective way to manage waste is to not generate it.